Welcome to Grapes and Debates, a podcast where we'll uncork some incredible wine and debate varietals of issues within the restaurant industry, one glass at a time. And now, your hosts and owners of SoNapa Grille, Adam Barringer, Chris Botting, and Joe Bates.
Who's this guy? Listen, I am sorry I have been absent, but hey, I'm here today. So
and that's
let's
all
get
that
the,
matters.
Let's get the most of me.
Let's get the most.
I am
Hey,
here.
so
Welcome.
Thank you.
today we got some really cool, a cool debate topic, and it kind of ties in with the wines that I've selected. And I just want to go back to saying, this past week I was in the restaurant for Member Monday, and I had an awesome time. I got to talk to a lot of people who said they listened to the podcast. Some said it's not very formative. We could be better. I'm just kidding. We actually said compliments that it's informative.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
You know?
So you're fucking with me. We've been on the air for 3 minutes.
yeah, 3 minutes.
Okay.
And it's not always about expensive wine. And we have had some expensive wines on here. And I will tell you, I think it was Dr. Dave that comes into the restaurant. His son works for
Cloco.
Yeah. Works, so anyway, Dave said, I was really hoping you were going to give a code word for Barringer. Like I should have.
Is that his favorite?
No, because that was the expensive wine that
right.
we drank. And the wines that we're drinking today are EOS, which is our house wine. And you posed the question, is it really our house wine? And or is it just an entry-level wine that we have by the glass? And I really think that if we did have a house wine, it would be EOS.
But I think house wine probably has a negative connotation out there. In general.
I do, because when you say, hey, I'll take a well drink, obviously there's a step up.
Sure.
And then there's a call brand.
Yeah, that's actually a good
So I mean that's
And we have our well brands, though, are name brands. We have what's called a premium well. So we have a premium
We
well.
do.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying across the board.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I think
you've
if
got
you're a
your
guest
well.
and you go out and I say I want a gin and tonic, you
Yes.
don't really give a shit what the gin is.
Right.
Right?
yes.
If you want Tanqueray and tonic, you're going to ask for Tanqueray
Right.
and tonic.
Yeah.
So,
But I
it's-
do
And to
my-
be clear, our gin is Beefeater. So if somebody orders just a gin
Our
and tonic,
house.
yes, correct.
Our
And
bartender's asking, do you want a Hendrix?
oh yeah.
Right. Right.
How about this new gin, Mr. Pickles?
I haven't had it. I have it on my bar at home.
Does it smell like pickles?
No.
No. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I guess the guy's name that started it, his name is Mr. Pickle. No, I'm just making that up. I have no idea. I haven't had it myself.
Yeah,
but anyway,
no, it's
not to get off a gin.
Yeah. On a gin tangent.
Onto gin as a gin tangent. Get that? Tangent.
I like the way you put them together there.
Yeah. So we are talking about EOS wines. Joe, what do you know about EOS? Do you?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
I'm glad you
If
asked.
there's an expert about the EOS wines, it's going to be
Anybody
you.
who listens knows EOS Pinot Grigio is my kind of everyday go-to drinker.
It's your lifeline.
Sure.
It is. I mean, if we had an IV bag hooked up.
Listen, it gets you good through the good times
Right.
and the bad.
Yeah. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have.
Yeah.
But did you know?
Thanks, Tootie.
Natalie. Did you know EOS is named after the Greek goddess of dawn? Not Dawn.
No, not to be confused. Everybody, not to be confused. Last week, it was Joe's pick or Dawn's pick, and I had to get this straight. It's the goddess of dawn.
Sun coming up.
D-A-W-N.
But here's an interesting fact that maybe you didn't know. The goddess of dawn, Eos, was cursed by Aphrodite for having an affair with Ares. Do you know what the curse was?
No.
An insatiable appetite for young men.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
Wait, you're...
I mean,
That's the curse.
Okay.
No, not if you drink it.
Hopefully. Holy.
So, EOS is part of the Foley family
It is.
portfolio.
Foley family bought them.
Central Coast wine, so, high volume.
It used to be, I think, came from Paso, but I think now it's more Central Coast.
Okay.
Anybody know how many cases they produce a year?
Lots.
Yeah.
A lot.
It is a lot of
Yeah.
juice.
So founded in Paso in 1985.
Okay.
But then probably shifted as the level
Right.
changed. But yeah, so part of the Foley family, and really it's our entry level. But I've worked in restaurants in the past. This is a higher end entry level than the house wine that you've seen.
Consider it a preemie house wine. That's what it is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
So that's EOS.
But to
And
the point,
cheers.
You drink this so you don't have anything in this glass, which is the actual glass that's being filmed. You have a stage glass, which is the same thing that's
Well,
going to come out of
because
here.
I wasn't sure what we were going to
Here.
start with today.
Okay, well, we're going to start with
You both have red in your glass.
I know, but you always start
So
light
I-
and you work your way up.
not-
Well, I do, and so I started light here.
Okay, so we're going to. The one wine that I didn't bring, and I'm sorry, I forgot it, was the EOS Moscato. And that's a little bit of a sweeter wine. That's more of your entry level wine, more of a white Zinfandel. If you were going to have a white Zinfandel, the EOS Moscato would certainly be great as a substitute for a white Zinfandel. Next, we have the EOS Pinot Grigio. And this is the wine you drink every single day.
Well, I don't drink every. I drink it quite often.
It's okay.
You enjoy this one the most.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's refreshing. It's crisp. It's tart.
Sure.
It
sounds like Joe Bates.
It's easy drinking, cool
Yeah.
and refreshing. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Easy taking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Love
then
it.
we also
Easy
have
to drink.
we have the EOS Sauvignon Blanc, which is also crisp, but it really fits into that California Sauvignon Blanc.
Mm-hmm.
You still get those citrus notes. It's still refreshing. It's still the kind of wine that I would drink on a Sunday morning. I would drink on a boat. You
In a car?
in a car?
Riding,
With a
shotgun.
fox.
Riding shotgun.
fox.
Riding shotgun.
Not driving. Not driving.
Yes. In a house with a mouse. Yes.
Yes.
And next we have the EOS Chardonnay, which is a great Chardonnay. You still get butter, you get cream, you get a little bit of that malolactic fermentation. And when someone asks for a very crisp Chardonnay, that's not one that I recommend. This is more on
softer.
a traditional, more traditional, but it is a great Chardonnay for the price. Next, we have the EOS Pinot Noir. I'm going to let you taste that and really tell us how it is. I haven't had it in a while.
I've had it, and if I'm taking just a kind of an everyday drinker back to the house, and Sabina, my wife, loves Pinot Noir.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll open this up, have a couple of glasses. It's easy drinking.
Yep.
It screams Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir. It's light in color.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. How much of my stage wine
Oh,
have
yeah.
I already had?
Wait, you're going right? You're going to skip over everything else?
Well, you
Okay,
said
go
it.
ahead.
Have some Pinot Noir.
No, I mean but I mean.
Well, you guys are red. I've got my Pinot Grigio,
Okay.
which I love.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's just have a little
Bring
Pinot
on the Noir.
Bring it on.
Yeah, do you guys want some? What do you got in your glass?
Yeah, you know what?
Let's try it. I haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah.
And my wife, too, is a big fan of Pinot Noir.
You know, and
And
sometimes when you're
my wife is not.
No. Shannon does not like the Pinot Noirs.
But look at that. That is a really.
Yes, light.
It's light. The color on it.
still getting those bright fruits, cherry, strawberry, right? Those bright red fruits, not the deep plum and
I got a lot of
boysenberry.
foam in my glass. Like maybe it wasn't washed out that good.
A little bit of Dawn.
I'll talk to our guy.
How good is
Yeah,
that?
I think it drinks great.
Listen, I forgot it was this good. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Again,
You know, and when you're talking about house wines or entry level wines, you kind of, if you follow the path, and this path leads back to Foley family
Right.
wineries, they don't buy garbage. They don't
No.
bring in, they've got Chalk Hill, they've got
An outstanding
Foley
portfolio.
Johnson. They've got an outstanding portfolio. And if you know anything about kind of, again, following that path, if it's under their umbrella, if it's within that portfolio, then you're getting quality.
absolutely. I would agree wholeheartedly with that statement.
But
Right.
one thing that we talked about that was smart, and if I may be going off on a
No,
tangent,
no.
but what they didn't do was name it after one of their premier wineries. And
Right.
I think when you talk about
Good point.
if you've got a high-end winery, Camus, and you want to do a bulk, you're not going to name it Caymus EOS.
Right.
You know, just have a brand new label, let it stand on its own, and then it doesn't diminish your main
The
brand.
rest of it doesn't get bastardized.
Or to that point, it wouldn't be where you have Foley, Johnson, Napa, and then you have Foley, Johnson, Sonoma, and then you have Foley, Johnson, California designation,
Right.
because I don't think people understand, because then if you're offering that at $10 a bottle, yet your Foley Johnson Napa is at $50 a bottle, I think that there's confusion.
There's a great divide there.
And so I think they've done a masterful job in presenting the EOS brand. They also have the Guanac brand, which we carried for a while, and this was just a step up from the Guanac.
Okay.
And but this Pinot Noir is drinking like a Pinot Noir. And many times with house wines, the Pinot Noir tastes like the Merlot, tastes like the
Right.
Cab.
I will go back to
No, if I went over to a friend's house and they broke this out and poured me a glass,
I'd be happy with
thank
that.
you very much.
Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely.
Typically,
What do we got next? So they've got really every varietal.
yeah, they don't have a Syrah.
No.
No, okay.
Or a Malbec.
Oh, well, okay, Syrah.
Wait, okay.
No, no.
We're going to go to the Sauv Blanc because I really do enjoy drinking Sauv Blanc. It's my
On a boat. On a Sunday morning.
on a boat on a Sunday morning.
On a float.
In a
On a
van,
phone.
driving up the Silverado Trail.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen
Not
to
that we riding in the van, not driving the van.
Riding, yes.
Riding in
yeah,
the van.
yeah.
Oh, no,
Like
I-
more riding in the van.
I
Playing
was-
some Eagles.
I was
Yeah.
driving in the van.
yeah.
Listen to this. That's Sauvignon Blanc. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah,
Crisp.
I mean, before 10:30 in the morning, this is my go-to.
Bullshit. You're drinking that warm glass of Pinot Grigio you left on the
That I
counter.
left on the nightstand.
Yes.
That's still
yeah.
there. That's good.
I'm going to take my morning medicine.
I'll drop
Let me
a
just
cu-
use
Let me
that.
drop a cube in that and let's go.
I like it.
I could drink that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's just above the optimal temp, but listen, I'm still getting some
Really?
some citrus.
I
Just
like
above.
that.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just above.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the minerality of a New Zealand, you know, and it's.
I'm glad it
It's
doesn't.
certainly not a high end, but it's a great everyday drinker.
Yeah.
right?
Let's see. Oh,
You get some of that crispness to it.
it doesn't smell or taste like cat piss. Oh, that's a good thing.
It does. It does not.
It does not.
It's cut grass.
It is.
Yes. It's cut grass, green apple,
Yes.
a little bit of pineapple.
I'm not getting cut grass.
You know, how about pineapple or green apple?
Well,
Yes, I am getting that.
maybe your olfactory senses.
Don't challenge my
Yeah.
olfactory senses.
Maybe you don't own a cat. So you
I
don't know
can't
what cat-
see
yes,
real
you
well.
don't-
I
you don't
can't
know what
hear
cat
you,
piss
but I
is
can
really like.
smell.
I,
You know, when
is
one sense
olfactory-
goes, when one sense starts going bad,
when somebody
the other-
loses one sense, the rest of their
others-
senses are heightened.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds
And
like
so-
nonsense. That's what it sounds like.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. What do we want
Where do
to?
we go from here?
I think that
What do
we.
you got down? Is there not a cab on the end?
Yeah, we have the
Merlot?
cabs on the
Cab?
end. We also have the Merlot. Do you want to taste the Merlot?
No, I want to try the cab.
Let's go to the cab.
Let's get it.
Here we can go.
Call me a cab when I'm done with this podcast.
Are there even cabs anymore?
Yes. New York City.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely. Most metropolitan cities. Listen, there was a big lawsuit between Uber and
That's because it used
the
to.
hackies.
It used to cost $1 million to get a
The
taxi
plaque.
medallion.
Yeah, the medallion. It was.
What is it now?
I'm sure it's still pretty expensive, but I'm not in the market for cabs. So
Remember the self-driving
Except for
cabs in
this one in front of me.
Scottsdale?
Yeah, Waymo.
Waymo, the self-driving cabs.
Now
they were all over Scottsdale, Arizona.
Waymo's going to Miami.
Really?
Yeah,
and that's what's going to put Uber out of
and
business.
that's it's owned by.
And they were all Jaguars SUVs. Wow. Every single one of them.
Was it a
Yeah,
Jaguar?
they were all Jags.
Okay.
Yep.
Jaguar's owned by Ford now. So
I think so,
it's-
but
yeah.
still. All white Jaguars. stuff all over the car. Looked like one of those Google Earth cars.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And
My
one
favorite.
pulled right up to the hotel.
This is my favorite varietal.
Door
opens.
opened up.
Cabernet is your favorite varietal.
It's my favorite standalone varietal.
Yeah, we know anybody who understands that.
Well, then what's my second?
I'm not sure. Cabernet.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Blend.
Cab Franc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Cab Franc as a blending grape.
Yeah. listen.
Frankly, my dear.
That was really good. That was good.
I think you pulled the hammy on that one.
Yeah, I'm feeling like my other senses are elevated right now.
I almost spit that out. That's good.
So house
Seriously.
wine. I come from, and you do in your past. You know, we were pouring house wine out of a jug like this, you know, and so
Ernest and Julio.
yeah, or whatever it was at the time. You know,
Right.
in my past back with OSI and even a local chain, you know, we were getting 1.5s. The whole bottle cost $6, and we're pouring it at $6 a glass.
All right. Well, so we're going to have, here's the debate. And I think we could approach this from three different perspectives. My perspective is EOS. I think the EOS wines are a premium house wines, and it's a good fit for SoNapa. I think you could look at that maybe cheap wines, and where we started with SoNapa was because of our kind of where we started with with Outback and some of our history of having an even less expensive wine as your house wine. And Chris, I think
It's all about the experience for me.
Okay.
I mean, I like the way it frames the night.
Right.
You know, I mean, if I have a really nice glass of wine, I think it kind of sets the tone. I wake up the next day and say, "Wow, what a great time! What a great."
well, I've got 5 points of why I think EOS is good for us. I say one, brand alignment. EOS, it's from Paso Robles, which is a respected wine region. And even though it's not Napa or Sonoma, it's still a respected wine region.
It is.
And it's upcoming. I mean,
Absolutely.
No, it is.
I mean, it's there already, but it's upcoming.
we've said
Yep.
Central Valley, but then it's also the perceived value where guests see EOS as a step above your basic house wine that you're going to find at
Like you said, Guanac.
maybe some of our competitors or some of the wines that he may argue why we should have on there. Coastal Vines. I'm trying to think what else. Anyway, Sutter Home has
Sycamore
that.
Lane.
Sycamore Lane, yes. Consistent quality.
Corbett Canyon. I mean, we had that on our list, not here, but years ago. We had Corbett Canyon. Right? So,
But I would say consistent quality, having a well-known, reliable house wine ensures a solid guest experience because you're talking about a guest experience, and it's within a budget.
It is.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And I would say from a profitability standpoint, we do not make as much from this by offering this as much as we would if we went to one of the other wines that you guys were talking about.
well, I'd rather make a little bit less
Yeah,
and
and
see
have-
those guests 3 times a week
Right.
than make a little bit more.
And also a better food pairing. Because when you have better wines, and as we didn't taste the Pinot Grigio, although we have all had it because that is the only wine you
Some of
serve
us
at your
do.
house when we come over. But that Sauvignon Blanc drinks like a Sauvignon Blanc. The Pinot Noir drinks like a Pinot Noir, and the Cab drinks like a Cab. So if you were going to pair a food with any one of these, it would be the same pairing you would have if it was a Rombauer Sauv Blanc, if it was
I agree.
Paul Hobbs,
I agree.
Crossbarn Pinot Noir.
So is there the possibility of this? Is there a possibility that the guest thinks, God, your house wine is so good. Why would I jump up a level? Why would I increase to a perceived better bottle when your house wine is already so good?
Then let him.
So-
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's
listen,
awesome.
I think we
Because-
have achieved the goal there.
Yeah.
I mean, we really have. We have brought it to their experience, like
Sure.
I was speaking about. For me, it's about the experience. It's about
Right.
how it frames the night. It's about how it made me feel when I reflect
Right.
on it.
Yeah.
But there may not be that opportunity for an upsell when the house wine is already so good.
Okay, so again, hey, have you been with us before?
Right.
You know, welcome. You know, for our first timers. But as we have our guests who are repeat guests, hey, would you like to try something new? Would you like to step it up and maybe go for? I'm not going to say more quality, but you know, a wine that's at a higher tier, just to see if we can, hey, bring them a new experience, and maybe get them to expand their choices and their possibilities.
Those are good counterpoints, Joe.
So I come from a place in my past where super cheap wine was the house wine.
Yes.
The 3-gallon jug.
Yeah.
Right. So offering very cheap wine. Listen, for the operator and for the guest, it's a super low entry point, right? You're talking a $6, $7, $8 glass, right? That could attract the budget conscious,
right?
Yeah,
right. You know, there's also high margins on it, so you've probably paid for the entire bottle with the first glass that you sold.
Sure.
Yes.
So as an operator, you know, leading to strong profit, it fulfills the guest expectations. I think for the most part, somebody walks in and says, "I'll take a house Chardonnay." And in some way, they don't really care what you put in the glass. Again, in some way, you can't serve them garbage. But more guest ordering the house is just as good as less guest ordering a level up, right?
So affordability.
It increases sales revenue. It fulfills the guest expectations. And I took off of that. It meets the guest expectations. What we're doing, I think, exceeds
what we're doing now.
The guest expectations.
Correct. And I think, and I will say this because we did
you're
have...
trading experience for value.
Right. We did have those entry wines because, again, going back to what we know, working with Outback, working with Bonefish. But I think cheap wines, house wines, I think it kind of damages the brand of where we want to be. We want to focus on high quality, and we want to get 1% better every day. And upgrading this wines, I think we did this about 1.5 years ago, or close to it.
And you said it's brand specific. If I've got a pizzeria, and I'm not bad-mouthing pizzerias, but super casual, shorts and T-shirt, then come get a pizza and a glass of box wine and have a good time.
But here's...
if you want to elevate your brand... Yep. So I think it is also
that's where we are.
Brand and experience specific, right? Yes. So I think we're polished casual, if you will, and I think our guests have a higher expectation.
I think we're a little bit more than that, but I agree with you. The other thing, I just want to make another point to what you just said. Shame on any restaurant that doesn't at least have a higher end offering for wine. There are too many wine drinkers out there. And if you are a pizzeria, if I go in and I got a pizza and all they had was jug wine, forget about it. But if I went in and I was able to get a pizza and a $50, $60, $70, $80 bottle of a Napa Cab or Red Blend.
I'm in that realm with you. I mean, I like the options for quality over affordability.
Right.
I think that helps as a store owner. It protects your, who you are. It protects what SoNapa is, at least for I think us.
Right.
Those are the things that I appreciate. Why again we have a quality wine here, but we also have other better options. And not to say better, but I think there are we can make wine more approachable. There is quality there.
Sure.
Always.
But then there are restaurants, Seabot, that don't have that entry-level wine. And so you were kind of advocating sort of for some of those. And,
listen, I appreciate a nice bottle of wine.
Right.
I like when people come in and they almost know what they want. I get a feeling sometimes we've helped educate some of our customers going way back when to see them now. So it kind of weeds out some of the some of the other wine drinkers, but
Yeah.
again, this is coming from me.
You're
as an operator.
targeting
Somebody who
if you don't have a house wine, you're probably targeting a specific guest.
Well,
now that's not to say you're alienating another guest, but
but
you do have a niche target if you don't have a house wine and your whatever your entry level is, whatever the starting price is probably elevated or a little bit higher.
I think you could see that it would be more exclusive and more prestige. I think that's when you get in from being that, as you mentioned, polished casual to more of a fine dining or prestigious dining where you don't have that $8 glass of wine that you could
You're serious
enter
wine
into. I think you have the benefits would obviously be higher check averages. People would be spending more money, but in doing so, I feel that you could also potentially be losing a segment of the population that. And
you will listen. There are all those points, and they're all valid.
Yeah.
But I tend to appreciate when I see going back to the pizzeria scenario,
right.
Just to see, okay, you've got your middle of the road, and then all of a sudden you've got your Audubon.
Okay.
You are in the fast lane now. You are drinking wines that have a greater notability, a brand that helps you stand out.
Okay.
Well, if I see a list that's entry level is 8, and then there's a 10, a 12, a 15, up to 30, right? The three of us, we're probably heading up that level a little bit.
But you haven't been out to dinner with my wife in a while.
Well,
I'm talking per glass,
Yeah.
not per bottle.
Okay. Yeah,
We're probably heading into that $19, $23 glass. But if the entry level, if the very first glass is at 18, then even I'm going to be, wait a second.
Right.
There's no other option. So when you kind of eliminate the house wine and the entry level starting point is too high, then yes, you are.
It better be some damn good pizza.
Yeah.
It better be some damn
good pizza.
You are reaching out to a certain niche, and maybe that's what you want. So that's
I would say
the independent operator.
We've debated 3 perspectives. Currently, we're sticking with ours. We're sticking with a premium house wine.
Absolutely.
And if we go anywhere,
if I didn't like it, I wouldn't drink it every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. You do. It's okay. My new one is this.
Bill Foley doesn't know you exist, but he probably should.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this.
The priest.
Yeah.
The priest.
I'm going to church.
Little PR.
I'm going to church. Give me the priest
PR.
ranch.
Take me to church.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the song, but yeah.
It is.
No, that's your go-to right now.
It is.
What was your go-to before Priest Ranch?
Oh, there were a couple there.
Well,
Was it Roth?
Well, it was Roth.
You were on Roth for a while.
But even before
that,
it
a
was
decade of Rodney Strong.
100%. Yeah.
And you want to know something?
Yeah.
That was your everyday drinker. Rodney
Every
Strong was your
day.
EOS Pinot Grigio.
Everyday drinker. And
How much Rodney did he go through?
We would go through
A lot.
It was strong.
It was strong. It was strong. I would say that I probably consumed, and that was my strong drinking years.
Yeah.
Right now I don't
Leveling
drink
off?
as I mean
Are you saying you've plateaued?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm in dissent.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah.
Borderline tailspin.
No,
No,
you're just
it was-
coming down to restock.
It was Rodney Strong. And as a company with just one restaurant, we were selling north of 500 cases of Rodney.
Listen, we
or buying 500 cases of Rodney. We
We
weren't
were the-
selling that.
But we were a diamond in the rough
Yeah.
for Rodney Strong at one point
Yep.
in the state of Florida.
And we got to meet Rick Sayre. And we
Classic.
got to
Human being.
Mr.
Mr.
Klein.
Klein.
What
Yep,
was
Tom
his
Klein.
name? Tom Klein.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately, I want to say that, selling that much, they never really had a rep that came up and said, hey, by the way, SoNapa, thank you for selling 550 cases of wine for us this year. And we made a change. And then we went to Roth. And Roth is a good Alexander Valley cab. Dollar for dollar, I will drink that.
Isn't that where we played
Cornhole in the cave?
in the wine cave?
Where haven't we played cornhole?
I know.
But that was cool in the wine.
Yes.
And I think you hit the chandelier with your cornhole bag.
That's not true, Bill Foley.
I think
I can
You didn't
assure
break
you
it.
that $10,000 chandelier.
You didn't break
no,
it.
it was probably a $100,000
Yeah.
chandelier.
right.
No.
No, but I'm sorry.
But
really
Well, the cool
hey,
thing
listen.
about what we're doing, I think we strike a balance between quality and
affordability.
value
And
Yeah.
affordability.
with EOS.
And listen,
Yes.
if you've listened to us for this long, I don't know if we're, it's been 25 minutes or 27 minutes.
I hope you had a
us.
glass of wine in your hand.
Oh my God, at least one.
Please.
I've had 3.
We've got
Them,
we've
not
got-
us. You know we have got a glass of wine.
we
in our
have
hand.
Member Monday coming up. Member Monday.
What do you got to do to be a member?
You got to sign up for our newsletter, and you could
the
be
website.
a loyalty rewards member.
So 2 options here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, let's.
So go to the website.
Right.
SoNapa.com.
Sign up. So I'm going to say this. We tasted the beef Wellington crostini on Monday, or not? I say we. Our
So good.
Our members did. A lot of positive feedback, which I was so happy to hear as I was in the restaurant working. And then they had Joe's choice or Don's choice. By the way,
won?
Don's choice
Don's
crushed it. It crushed it. Well, here in New Smyrna, we even had people that came from captain's quarters.
Oh.
Said, we're here to support Don.
Wow.
He's buying a condo at the
Don
captain's
lives
quarters.
here. That's not fair.
Well, not
Well, you
me.
live in Ormond, but how many people got it in Ormond?
That was still Don's choice.
It was.
He's
Yeah,
better looking than I
Don.
am, too.
So, just
He is the Don.
just to be clear, if you come in on Monday,
Okay.
so Monday, you're going to be in the restaurant, and you just say you're a member.
That's March 3rd for everybody.
Is it March 3rd? Already?
It is.
Okay. You're going to have a sample of another menu item, another appetizer that's going onto the menu. And I've got to tell you, it is effing amazing.
Is it to remain nameless?
No, it is going to be a hot honey and port wine bacon. Hot honey and port wine bacon. It's basically
Christopher.
crispy pork belly tossed in a hot honey and port wine sauce
What is this sorcery you
Boom.
speak of?
on an apple slaw salad.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
Wow.
is. I had it the other day, and I said, "Man, this might be one of the best,
Yeah.
if not the best, pork belly appetizer I've ever had."
Yeah, it's good.
I'm getting off the couch for this one.
You got to get off the couch and come in on Monday. And if you happen to say "Goddess of Dawn,"
Okay. 3 words.
Goddess of Dawn,
What do you get?
you're
As a
going to
member.
get as a member. Get this.
I'm getting it.
Goddess of Dawn. You can choose any one of these and get an entire bottle.
Holy shit.
Wow. Are you telling me what? We got 5 here, 5 bottles.
Well, and
No,
and
the
six.
Moscato.
the Moscato's not here.
Wow, yes,
I'm
seven.
sorry, Moscato. I left you out.
Yeah. No, but you're in our hearts and prayers.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, if I'm telling you this cab is this good, or this Pinot is this good,
Yeah, no,
or this Sauv Blanc is this good, it is that good.
It's quality juice. It really
It
is. And again, part of the Foley family portfolio. They're not putting out garbage.
And by the way, there is no Goddess of Dawn.
Dawn.
It's Dawn.
Yeah, when the sun comes up. Dawn?
Or is this?
That's Dawn.
That's Dawn.
It's also sunrise.
D-A-W-N.
Yeah,
and
it's also a soap.
It's also a dish.
Yeah,
soap.
we should
I
use
love the little
less of
sprayer
here.
thing.
Yeah.
We should use less of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Goddess of Dawn, bottle
Goddess-
of EOS.
Okay. And we are sticking with EOS as a premium house wine.
Did you say a whole bottle?
I said a whole bottle. So I know.
He's
Hey,
very
listen.
generous.
Hey,
on
hey,
this.
listen.
Do
So-
not sleep on this.
He's very generous.
And Mom, Dad.
I mean, that's
I know
4
you're
glasses.
Gonna Mom,
That's
Dad.
4
I know
glasses,
you're coming
people.
in. You each have the newsletter. They're each going to get a bottle.
Which is 4 glasses.
It's 4 glasses each.
4.
I don't expect you to drink 4 glasses. You can take it home with you.
But share a bottle with somebody. So bring somebody else in with you.
Yeah.
Maybe another couple. You each get one. Or
Oh, yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
So let me be crystal clear here.
Crystal clear.
Members
Members.
come in.
Yes.
I'm a member.
Yep.
Hot honey port wine pork belly.
Well, it's hot honey port wine bacon, but it's technically pork belly.
well, bacon is pork belly.
Crispy.
Getting a complimentary sample of that.
Correct.
And then the insiders that listen to Grapes and Debates.
Yeah.
Right.
The lucky few.
Goddess of Dawn. Bottle of EOS.
Bottle of EOS.
Sounds like a night.
No crazy handshake.
No crazy handshake.
Just Goddess of Dawn.
Goddess of Dawn.
Goddess of Dawn, bottle of EOS.
All right.
Right.
You've heard it here.
All right. Are you going to be in one of the stores on Monday?
Absolutely.
Which one?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Chris?
I'm going to be at the one serving the most of this luscious pork belly
You're going to be at New Smyrna on Monday.
all night.
New Smyrna Beach.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Keep an eye out.
Hey, listen.
Follow us, Facebook, Instagram.
The next podcast is our 50th episode.
Shut the front
Yeah, we got a
door.
long way to go to catch up to Joe Rogan. He's got 2,000. Lot.
Listen, I'm going to call him when we get done with this.
Tell him
and
to
see
slow
if
down a little bit.
I can see if we can get him on for that.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not promising anything. I'm
All
not
right.
promising anything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
don't.
Yeah. All right. Till next week. Thanks, guys.
Taste,
Cheers.
toast together.
Love you, man.
Boom. Look at you finishing up with a red wine, Joe Bates.
I am.
You just went off the fucking rails, dude.